Well, our top story today from the gatewaypundit.com, Josh Hawley reveals a shocking detail about Trump's assassination attempt shared with him by Secret Service whistleblowers. We're covering this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundit's Week in Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours in around 10 minutes. Our top story today from Mike LaChance reports that a whistleblower in the Secret Service blew the lid off the Trump assassination attempt. We have the details for you here only at thegatewaypundit.com. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri appeared on the Jesse Watters Show on Fox News on Monday night and shared explosive new details about the failures of both the Secret Service during the attempted assassination and also, well, their misgivings. Hawley said that all this information came to him from whistleblowers within the Secret Service. Rather than wasting your time listening to me yap about it, why don't you listen to it from his mouth directly? Here's what he had to say. Watch.
Secret Service whistleblowers are coming out of the woodwork, furious about last week's press conference where the director, Ron Rowe, admitted the agency failed but wouldn't fire anyone. Trump's entire protective detail's been an illusion. The rally in Butler was the first time the Secret Service sent counter snipers to a Trump event. And those snipers were communicating by text message without Wi-Fi. Only the locals had radios, and according to the Washington Post, the Secret Service wasn't even in the same room as they were. They were in a completely different command center on the opposite side of the farm. Basically, the Secret Service was playing a big game of telephone while Crooks was stalking the grounds. Who signed off on this disastrous plan? According to whistleblowers who've spoken to Senator Josh Hawley, it all comes down to the lead site agent, who they claim is inexperienced and incompetent. Senator Josh Hawley's been speaking with these whistleblowers, and he joins us now. Senator, what have these whistleblowers been telling your office?
Well, what they've been saying, Jesse, is that this individual, the site agent, the lead agent, was known to the Trump campaign to be inexperienced, to be ineffectual, to be, frankly, incompetent at their job. Well, I'm also told by whistleblowers that on that day, she was not enforcing the normal security protocols. She was not checking people's IDs. She did not use Secret Service agents. Most of the agents there that day were not Secret Service agents. They were Homeland Security agents. And get this, Jesse, most of them had never worked a rally before. And yet this is who she chose to staff the event with, and she didn't train them or integrate them. From top to bottom, it was a total disaster. Jesse, it is a miracle, not only that Trump is alive, but that more good Americans were not killed. It's unbelievable.
You're saying that the site agent in charge of this security in Butler wasn't checking IDs? What do you mean? She was just letting people in?
That is what whistleblowers tell me, is that IDs were not checked to allow individuals into secure areas, Jesse. In other words, it was a total free-for-all. Whistleblowers portray to me a circumstance, a situation that was totally out of control, where people were milling around, including in what were supposed to be highly secure areas. Nobody knew who they were. By the way, it was also the lead site agent's job to make sure that the line of sight for where Trump was clear, that agents could see all angles. And she didn't do that. In fact, I'm told that the line of sight was obstructed, which means that agents...
Wow. Well, obviously you hear Josh Hawley explain what we already knew. This was not just incompetence, but perhaps intentional negligence. Maybe they knew that with the amount of assassination attempts or threats on Trump's life, if they just kept the perimeters low and they didn't staff the right security, eventually somebody would get the chance. And if and when they spotted him, they would turn a blind eye. To me, this seems like there's nothing more than an inside job. Our next story from the gatewaypundit.com says that Democrat Raskin says Congress will stop Trump from taking office, even if he's chosen by the voters, and create a civil war condition. Christina Lila reports. Democrat Representative Jamie Raskin earlier this year said Congress will stop Trump on January 6, 2025, and create civil war conditions. The February 2024 video of Raskin was making the rounds on Monday, as he told Congress will use the insurrection clause to stop Trump from taking office, even if he wins the 2024 elections. Here's the exact video of him speaking directly to the American people. Watch.
What can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring.
And we should take that warning directly to heart. As you know, when someone in power like that says that they're going to try to create civil war conditions, I'm going to tell you, get ready, be ready, because you never know what's coming next. Our next story from Christina Lila reports this. Justin, new details emerge about the Biden White House cocaine scandal. There was a partial DNA hit, and Cheatle tried to make it disappear. It turns out the former Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle wanted to destroy the cocaine evidence found in the Biden-Harris White House last summer. The Secret Service concluded its investigation onto the cocaine scandal that rocked the White House last July. And surprise, surprise, no suspect was identified. Now, according to CNN, the cocaine was found in a blind spot for surveillance cameras. This reminds me of like me explaining to my wife years ago, like, oh, I don't know. The shot just found its way into my mouth. Someone forced me to take that extra shot. You know what I mean? At the wedding. Never take shots at weddings. Anyways, there was no fingerprints, DNA samples, or leads. A baggie of cocaine was discovered in the West Wing after Hunter Biden visited the White House in early July 2023. At first, it was reported that the cocaine was found in the library. Then it was reported that the cocaine was stashed in a cubby in a storage facility in the West Wing. The Biden White House, with the help from then Secret Service Director Cheatle, fiercely worked to cover up the scandal. No shocker there. She's already stepped down, and we're not surprised. Our next story is from Project Veritas. They explain that top Dems reveal how they steal elections in Muslim-majority Michigan City. Former mayor claims that AG Nessel has been investigating ballots allegedly being filled out in dining rooms. A new video has just been released by Project Veritas revealing a stunning voter fraud operation in the densely populated Wayne County, Michigan, city of Hamtramck, the first city in America to have an all-Muslim government. Several high-profile members of the Democrat Party in Michigan can be seen explaining how their fellow Democrats are stealing the vote as a party of well-oiled operation that the former mayor of Hamtramck, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Hamtramck? Is that a silent M? I don't know, but I'm not going to be silent about the story because they're still in our elections. Now, the Democrat AG, Dana Nessel, and possibly the feds have been investigating the alleged criminal operation. Progressive Democrats, many of them are a part of the LGBT community, have been upset since the Muslim-majority government banned the rainbow flag from flying on public property in the Hamtramck neighborhood. AG Nessel has been very vocal about her attempts to destroy the lives of 15 GOP electors by charging them with 8 felonies, each for turning in an alternate slate of electoral votes for President Trump in the hotly contested 2020 election. 1 year ago, the Gateway Pundit broke a story about this, and you can read more about it. But yeah, our country is controlled by outsiders, and there's no such thing as a fair and free election. That's all I want to remind you guys. Just a short update on the Olympics. Simone Biles, she called out reporters on Olympics for a habit during interviews. You guys really need to stop. Wow. Okay, let's see what she had to say. Gold medal winning gymnast Simone Biles vented her frustration with the media on Sunday, complaining about a question she has faced too often. You guys really got to stop asking athletes what's next after they win a medal in the Olympics. Let us soak up the moment that we worked our whole lives for. Let us soak it up. Speaking of the media, Biles indicated another Olympics might not be out of the question. Never say never. Now, it's kind of interesting because it's like, don't ask me about my job. Ma'am, do you know that journalists don't do it for fun, that they're getting paid to do it? That's their job. And they're curious. Their job is literally to ask questions, and people want to know what that means. The fact that you're making that, she's such a narcissist, in my opinion. If you don't know about her, she's like a BLM, anti-Trump. She used her gold medal win originally to lash out at Trump. I don't like people like that. I don't care how talented you are. If you're going to use a unifying moment in America to try to divide the country, then I'm kind of disgusted. Plus, she's like, oh, I love my black job. Okay. Go do a backflip and get out of here. Anyway, my name is Elijah Schaffer. Thank you for watching the Gateway Pundits Week in Review. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment. And if you want more of these videos, sign up to our mug club at thegatewaypundit.com. Have a great rest of the week as always, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.